What's up, everybody? In today's video, we are talking about the last Modern Warfare weapon, which is going to be added to Modern Warfare, and that is the RAAL, or RAAL LMG. We were waiting for the Psychop, we got that. We were waiting for the CX-9, we got that. And then we were waiting for the RAAL, and we got that. All three of those, as ground loot, were completely broken and extremely good. We saw the Psychop come into the game, very broken, very good, getting Ghost off the rip with it. And then nerf. We saw the CX-9 come in and actually have to get a buff, but was competitive, not broken, and is still competitive, just not amazing. And then we have the RAAL. The RAAL was also very broken as ground loot, and is now come into the game, and it's not broken, it's not amazing, it's not bad, it's good. The problem being that it is a slow LMG, especially being Modern Warfare. The movement with it is slow. The reload is slow, and the ADS is slow. So if you're really aggressive, this isn't the greatest weapon to run, but its TTK is good. So if you're passive, this can be a good LMG. I like it. I don't love it. I would still rather run the Stoner or the RPD over it. I'd rather run the MG82 over it. This does have very easy to control recoil like the Stoner and the RPD, except this is bouncier. It's almost all vertical recoil, so you really just mostly have to pull down. And then it's got this bounce. It doesn't actually bounce on its shot side to side, but it feels very bouncy left to right when you're shooting it. On that, it's an easy gun to shoot, just like the RPD and the Stoner. But let's go ahead and jump over to JayGod Spreadsheet, compare some numbers, and then we'll come back to Warzone, and we will go through some loadout options. Okay, and now we are over on JayGod Spreadsheet, and he's got the time to kills, the rounds per minute, and the open bolt delay. Unfortunately, the rounds per minute is slow, so you do have to hit your shots. Like I said, it's easy to control, but if you miss your shots, you're kind of screwed because it's only 554 RPM versus just MG82, 916. There's a EM2 is 531, so that's actually slower. C58, 550 around that, and those are guns that you have to hit your shots, or unfortunately you get screwed. So it does have a bit of a slow rate of fire, and with this open bolt delay, that means it's 60 milliseconds from the time that you pull the trigger to the time the first bullet comes out of the gun. So that's also slow too, so you kind of have to pre-fire if you're playing somewhat aggressive with this gun, which, like I said, I wouldn't recommend. But if you are high skilled with this gun, even after its second damage drop off, if you hit 5 headshots, it's 5 shots to kill, 433 milliseconds, that's an incredibly broken time to kill. But that's hard to hit for anybody, even the best players, unless you're cheating. So that's kind of an unrealistic TTK. I believe the TTK will be somewhere in between these two, like JayGod has down here at 542 with 1 or 2 headshots mixed in and all chest shots. It's the same after its damage drop off, and I believe that's the more achievable TTK. If you can't hit headshot, if you can't mix in headshots at all, this gun's not going to be for you. 650 isn't horrible, but you're going to struggle to compete with it. This 542 can be very competitive. Like I said, the gun is pretty slow, though, so that kind of takes it out of the competitive realm. If you're an aggressive player, it's going to be much better for sitting on top of buildings, holding angles, whatever. Its time to kill is really good if you can hit all headshots, or if you just mix in 1 or 2 headshots. So it does kill fast. It's just you'll get killed trying to pull the gun up, swap to another gun, if you get caught reloading, whatever. Just in comparison, go down to JayGod's long range comparison, and he's highlighted it since it is the new change. And when you look at, sorry, where is it? The 1 headshot TTK, the 650, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guns beat it at range. Only 6. Only the RPD, the PKM, the Bruin, the Scar, the MG82, and the Fin Adverse. I know the Fin Adverse isn't very popular. I don't like it. The MG82 lost popularity when they added recoil. Still a good gun. Scar, not enough ammo. Bruin, PKM, same issues of being a slow gun, just like the RAAL. And then the RPD. And I like the RPD, but its time to kill isn't a whole lot quicker. But it's beating out the C58, the XM4, the FFAR, AMAX, Stoner, EM2, Farah. All popular guns for long range, except the Farah and the FFAR and the AMAX. So it is a competitive TTK. It's just the slowness of the gun that really kills the gun. But we'll jump over to Warzone, and we'll go ahead and get into my loadout and a couple different possibilities to run this gun. Okay, and before we jump into the attachments, I'm going to go ahead and just go with what I'm running it with, and maybe some perks you should consider running with it. I've been running it with the PPSH. PPSH has become my favorite long-range SMG. You could also use the Milano, still good at range with this. And you could also use the Bullfrog, which has a little closer damage drop-off than the PPSH, but still a good damage drop-off. I've been liking the PPSH with it, and you'll see in some clips after I'm done that that show off the PPSH when I was running it with it on Rebirth. Perks, I've been running these perks, but I would really consider double time because you run so slow with it, as well as using amped because switching back and forth with the Modern Warfare LMG between your guns is extremely slow. So I'd probably run these perks if I was going to run with it. You can still run EOD or Cold-Blooded, but I would strongly consider double time with this, as well as you can still run Combat Scout, especially if you use FMJ for the bullet penetration, and then you can mark guys through walls with it. You have a 100-round mag, and it's enough to mark and kill people through walls. So I would use Combat Scout only if you're running amped with this weapon. Or, sorry, Combat Scout if you're running FMJ with this weapon. But otherwise, I would stick to amped for the quick swap. Now, for attachments, we have the RAAL Monocore suppressor, which is essentially our monolithic suppressor for Modern Warfare guns because it helps with the sound suppression and damage range, just like the monolithic, while hurting ADS and aim walking steadiness. For the barrel, I go with the 32-inch RAAL line breaker. It gives you the best damage range, bullet velocity, as well as gives you recoil control. If you're playing Rebirth or you're not going to shoot at people quite as far, you can go the trifold, which helps your ADS, but it hurts your bullet velocity. And you can also go with the RAAL Arc Forge, which gives you some damage range and bullet velocity increase, not as much as the line breaker, but it doesn't slow down your ADS as much. I've just been running with this for the best bullet velocity or damage range, but I think all three barrels, depending on how you play or your skill level, are possible. Then I go TAC Laser for the faster ADS, because this gun, like I said, is extremely slow ADS. The VLK 3.0 with the T-pose reticle, as I do with all Modern Warfare range guns. And then for the underbarrel, the FFS Oblique, because you get recoil control and it increases your aim down sight speed. It does hurt your movement speed, but like if you throw in double time, that's going to get negated. And you can use just this for the recoil control, but it still hurts your ADS as opposed to helping your ADS. And the clinch and the bipod, I wouldn't recommend. But I would run the Oblique for that. You can run this 50-round mag. It still has an extremely long time to reload. And I don't think it's worth giving up an ADS attachment like a TAC Laser. Or if you want, you could run no grip if you are good with it, and you could go to the stippled grip for a little more ADS speed, but I like to have the FS Oblique on it. You could also, like I said, get rid of TAC Laser if you want to run Combat Scout with it, and then go to FMJ, get better bullet penetration to work with your Combat Scout, but then your ADS is going to be even slower, and I would definitely recommend the barrel change. Another option you could do is you could go sleight of hand, so you still have the 100 rounds, and a slightly faster reload. I don't think there's really any attachments else that you could remove to do the 50-round mag and sleight of hand. So I would probably consider going, if you want a faster reload, just go with the 50-round mag, just to get better movement speed, better sprint to fire with it as well. But I've just decided to run the TAC Laser so I can help my ADS speed as well as the FFS Oblique. If this video is helpful for you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I will have all my social medias linked down below, as well as JayGod Spreadsheet. Please feel free to visit all of those links. Otherwise, I'll see you in Verdansk on Rebirth. Get frying. Have a good day. Bye.
I don't see him.
He's on the side.
He's up.
Marking waypoint.
I'm just gonna fucking send it up top prison and hope he's not looking at me.
Reveal yourself.
Enemy
bro.
UAV overhead.
You can tell he sits up there a lot if he knows the place to sit where you can't.
Yeah, I can't even see him. Oh, there he is. Nice, thank you. I wish you could teabag him.
No.
Is there anybody top prison? Do we know?
Allied cluster strike inbound.
Oh, okay.
Me too.
I have no plate. I have no plates and people on me.
Yep, we're across. Okay, we're in front.
I'm stunned and I'm dead. Very dead. Yep, very dead. Yep, dead. Yep.
Teammates down.
Okay, that was fun.
Marking
Two
waypoint.
people. He was prone in a corner. Forget it.
See, smoke, one shot, one shot.
Triple alley. Nice, Jay.
Hell, he's trying to get poo-poo, but it can't.
Going down bottom.
Field upgrade here. Never mind.
I'm going back up top. There's quite a few of them.
Got one.
Oh my god, now I know how you...
They're targeting me.
Like,
Down him. Oh, water's getting laced from behind.
Gas is inbound.
I got one down right beside
Hostiles
me.
here.
You got one more in your
they're
building
happy.
block. Oh, two.
Yeah.
Molast.
Enemy UAV overhead. Gas is moving.
Incredible.